Welcome to my preview of the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl featuring 8-4 Wisconsin versus 8-4 Arizona State, Thursday, December 30th on ESPN. Wisconsin favored by 6 points in this one, given a 61.5% chance of winning. Two very evenly matched programs, not just records overall, but really when you start looking at the nuts and bolts of both of these teams, they really match up well against each other. It's going to be a very exciting bowl game. Maybe more defensive focus than fans are expecting from bowl game matchups, but I think it is going to be a fun one overall. Series history between these two programs, they have met before. Arizona State owns that series 3-1. First ever game and first win for Arizona State was a 42-16 win in 1967. Wisconsin got their first win in 2010, a 20-19 win, so a 1-point victory there by Wisconsin. And then Arizona State won the last game in the series, a 2013 32-30 win. So very, very close games in this series, and again, I think we're going to find another one of those here in this bowl game. Record reviews for these teams, well, for Wisconsin, pretty much shooting exactly where they were projected to go this season. I was thinking 9-3 for them, and Athlon Sports also thought 9-3, ended up 8-4. So one game less, but right about exactly where we thought this program would end up. Same for Arizona State. Actually, it's very rare that Athlon and I agree together on the same thing. For those of you who don't know, I preview every single team at the beginning of the season. I use Athlon Sports as my baseline there to kind of go through and find what they're predicting and make my own predictions matching up. And most of the time, we don't agree. Well, we ended up agreeing perfectly. Both these teams, 9-3 for Arizona State as well as what we both said, and they ended up 8-4. So again, pretty much right on it for both of these programs. How did they get to that point? Well, for Wisconsin, it didn't start out great. They started off the season 1-3, losses to good teams, Penn State, Notre Dame, Michigan. So good programs, but still 1-3. You want to get some wins against some top teams. They didn't end up getting that early on. However, they finished off the season great. I mean, they have finished off the season 7-1, wins against Army, a good Army, a very, very good Army team this year, and Iowa, a 27-7 win against Iowa. They, however, did lose to Minnesota, a 23-13 loss to end their season. Minnesota team they're probably overlooking there. Not a great game there for them to end their season. They want to end it the right way here with a win in this bowl game. So a team that really should have gotten to 9 wins and maybe just overlooking Minnesota at the end of the year. For Arizona State, a little bit more of an up and down year. You know, they have some good wins here. They have a win against UCLA, a top 20 program at the time, a 42-23 win. But they also lost to BYU 27-17. They have a loss to Utah and Washington State 34-21 loss there. So a little bit more of an up and down season for this team. So Wisconsin, probably if you look at their record overall, they're a team that has played a little bit of a harder schedule and has won some of the big games along the way as well. But Arizona State, a team that's also been able to get it done with a win against a good UCLA team that unfortunately won't be playing in a bowl game this season, but a team that I think that was a very, very good program, and they really blew them out 42-23. So it's going to be interesting to see if maybe a little bit of an upset here if Arizona State's going to get it. Of course, they're not, like I said, they're not the favorite team in this one in Wisconsin, probably better than the 8-4 record, but Arizona State's proven they can do it in the past. I think they have a shot at it in this game as well. Top players of the game. You know, when you look at Wisconsin, nobody really jumps out at you, but their defense does. Overall, the defense for sure. And I'm going to give 2 top players for Wisconsin. I don't usually give 2 top players, but I'm going to do that here. You really kind of have to do 2 because it is 2 guys that carry this team. The linebackers for them, Chanel and Herbig. I think I'm probably mispronouncing that name, but anyhow, Chanel and Herbig here. For Chanel, 87 tackles, 7 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Herbig also getting it done with 54 tackles, also 7 sacks, and 1 forced fumble along the way. So both of these guys, just amazing defense for Wisconsin, which has really won them their games this season. For Arizona State, it's going to come down to their quarterback. He's been their offense, both passing and running the ball. Jaden Daniels, I almost forgot to say his name at all. You'd have gone through going, who is the Arizona State quarterback? And you'd have had to have looked it up, which would have been a real burden on you. So I'm going to save you that trouble here, tell you what his name is, Jaden Daniels. 2,221 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That's an issue there, 10 to 9. That's not a great ratio, but 2,221 yards is a good one, and he's been great on the ground as well. 670 yards rushing, 5.6 yards per carry, and 6 touchdowns along the way. So he's really had a great year and been kind of the entire offense for this program along the stretch. For keys to the game, well, for Wisconsin, it's going to be lean on that defense. That is, like I said, it's defense that's won them games. For points per game, they've only allowed 16.4 points per game. That's good for 4th in the country, and they're actually number 1 in their defensive yards per game allowed. For Arizona State, it's find the weapons outside of Daniels because this defense is good and they're going to key in. You've got one guy that's kind of carrying this team. They're going to key in on that. So find the weapons outside of Daniels. They do have a running back, White here, who's ran for over 1,000 yards, 1,006 on the season. But of course, the main offense has come through Daniels. So maybe White needs to step up and have a huge game. Maybe you need to find some creative ways to kind of put the ball into other players' hands in open space, some short passes, something like that, some screen passes to open up the defense and spread Wisconsin out a bit. But it is going to be a very, very tough matchup going up against a good defense here in Wisconsin. My prediction on this one, I think the Wisconsin defense proves key in a low-scoring affair, and I think they end up getting the win. But like I said, an Arizona State team that shouldn't be underestimated, and I think it is going to be a good game overall. So I'm going to call Wisconsin for the win and under on the over-under. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you like, subscribe. I'm previewing every single bowl game this season. I got a bunch more to do tonight, and I'll be done. I'm going to knock out every single one tonight. So I'm going to put that link to that description in the. I'm going to put the link to that playlist in the description. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe. As always, go Big Blue.